Are you wearing socks with toe sandals, like flip-flops?
I don't have like anything else to wear. So like that's what I have to
Why
wear.
socks though? Like why not just flip-flops or
Just
just
didn't take them
socks?
off my feet. Just take them off.
Wait, whoa, what the fuck, Everett? What is this? In your own house too. That there's so many questions. Do you have a dirty floor?
Yeah. The floor is pretty fucking gross.
Maybe it is gross because you walk with your shoes on all day.
No, it was
I don't
like
know.
that
Maybe
when I
that could be
first
it.
it was like that when I first moved into the house, and since that point I have never wanted to put my bare feet onto this floor. So it's very gross.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today it is episode number 52. And we're not going to waste any time. I'm starting the episode off with a hot ass take right away. I like the cold more than the heat. It's September 27th. Summer's like done now. Like summer was done already like weeks ago, but now it's done like weather wise.
Okay, hold on real quick. What kind of cold are we talking about here? Are we talking about LA cold? Are we talking about like snow?
Oh, it's 65 degrees right now. It's
Yeah, so you're
freezing.
talking, but I'm saying you're talking about LA cold. You're not talking about like Minnesota negative
65
-25,
is
negative.
freezing.
But that's the cold. I'm clarifying. That's the kind of cold we're talking. We're
Yes.
not talking. Okay, because I like that kind of cold too. What I don't like is the negative 50 degrees in Minnesota in the middle of February. It's not ideal.
To be completely honest, like I think the ideal temperature range to just go out, throw some stylish fits on, be able to wear a jacket and not want to kill yourself if you're indoor. Like if you have, I'd say the range is like 60 to 68.
My ideal
Perfect.
range, I would say 68 to 73.
I would say though, I'm a fan of getting a stylish a jacket on or a
That's
layer
why I have.
on. And
That's why I
if
have.
it's 75, I'm not wearing. No, it's just not
But
necessary.
that's 73 degrees with clouds in the sky, no sun.
Oh, well, clouds in the side, no sun. I might have a winter parka on. Like that's cold. But if I'm talking like, well, I mean LA, like it's usually not cloudy. We're talking sunny 65.
Yeah, sunny 65. Woo! You've got your Uggs on, your winter park is on.
Like when I was playing like youth baseball, like you throw the Under Armour on for that one. Like
oh yeah,
throwing sleeves on for that one. Oh yeah.
Those the snow pants coming out for those games.
Like it was funny. Like I was not swaggy growing. Well, I would have never done it back then. Even if I like put myself back into my 10-year-old body, I would not be like repping tights and stuff during games. But like when I played football and I was, repping the bench, my sophomore year, I'd be repping full sleeves tights, like repping like fucking ski masks and shit. You gotta look sick on the side. But okay. All right. A lot of stuff to go over this weekend. This could be a big prediction episode. You're going to hear a little more of our opinions on this one. We're going to start off a little bit of college football. Going to be a lot of NFL today, but we're just going to get this out of the way quickly. I want to start off Everett. Minnesota is the number 12 team ranked in the country. They are taking on Purdue this weekend at home. They're a 12-point favorite. I know you were joking the other week when you were saying, "Oh, you don't think Tanner Morgan might be the best quarterback in the Big Ten?" Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest. In my opinion, the Big Ten West is wrapped up. Minnesota will be taking on Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. It will happen. I'm literally looking at Minnesota already and like taking a look at them and being like, "Hey, we're about to play them." End of the season Big Ten championship game. Last year, first game of the year, Ohio State went to Minnesota on the road week 1. It was CJ Stroud's first college start. He did not look good in that game, let me tell you. And also, Minnesota had a extremely good chance of winning that football game if their starting running back, Mo Ibrahim. I think I pronounced it right.
Ibrahim.
If he didn't, I forget his
injury.
Yeah, tore his ACL, out for the season. He had that injury in like the third quarter or so, I want to say, midway through the game. If he didn't go out, Ohio State might have started the year 0-2 last year, now that I think about it. Like, now that I really think about it, they actually might have started 0-2. They lost to Oregon the week after. But after what I saw in those first, or that whole game, I was impressed with Minnesota. And so I'm not taking Minnesota lightly. I think I have not looked at Minnesota's schedule, but I'm gonna assume they're
you might row the boat.
I don't think they don't have Michigan on the schedule. I think they might be playing Penn State, maybe. I don't know. That might be their big. Oh, it is Penn State, and that's also the whiteout game for Penn State.
Yeah.
But Penn State's horrible in their whiteout games. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Minnesota? What have you been hearing from the home people?
So, like, the thing is with Minnesota, they have seasons where they are very, very hot, and they have seasons where they are very, very cold with PJ Fleck. Like, there's no in between, and it's just this year they're rowing. This year they're rowing. I
like Minnesota.
They're rowing right up the Mississippi. When they have Mo Ibrahim, it is a completely different offense. They don't have to rely strictly on Tanner Morgan throwing, which I think is a benefit because he's not always the smartest. Like, that dude has been there for like 7 years, I swear to God.
Yeah, I was about to say, I swear, Tanner Morgan has been that quarterback for a while.
The dude has the same haircut as Brian Hoyer. Just bald. There's no hair.
Yeah.
That's how old he is.
He looks like he's a 32-year-old man.
He looks like
going
Mike
through a
Glennon.
midlife crisis.
He looks like PJ Fleck. Are we sure PJ Fleck?
He might be just a mini PJ Fleck. Maybe that's why like PJ wants him around so hard. But I do think their team is like,
no, their team is good. Their defense is very good. They lost Boye Mafe, I think's his name. In the draft last year. He was like,
you're the draft expert here.
But he went to the Seahawks, by the way. And I think they lost, but they have like one of the best centers in all of college football this year. They have one of the best running backs in all of college football this year. Their offense is doing exponentially well in comparison to last year. Their defense is also holding up very well.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Their schedule looks real tasty. Okay. I think this is good. This might be pretty good. Okay. Rest of the season, Minnesota, I see one game where they potentially lose.
And what game is
that? Penn State for the whiteout game, but Penn State's horrible in the whiteout game. Okay. Next week, Purdue at home, then Illinois on the road.
That Penn State game also
those are 2 wins right there.
But the Penn State game also is kind of determined by who they start at quarterback. If it's Sean Clifford, Penn State.
Clifford, wait. If Sean Clifford like hurt or something?
No, he isn't. But he just sucks. And they have the 5-star.
They're not going to turn it over. They're not. No.
I'm just saying that 5-star freshman looks so much better in their
game. No. I do agree with you, but I don't see a scenario.
That's why I think that Minnesota's just gonna beat them because Sean Clifford sucks.
I do think though this Penn State team, I think Penn State is a very good defense, but also this dude Singleton on Penn State's very good. Their running back, 42 carries, 376 yards, 4 touchdowns this season.
I mean, the way also interesting to note, by the way, the Gophers' number 1 wide receiver, Auden Bell, out for the season-ending surgery. He's done. So that offense now.
Did that happened last week?
It was either last week or 2 weeks ago. I think it was last week. So that offense is now fully more reliant on Mo Ibrahim. So if anything happens to him, chalk that up. It's done.
No, yeah, 100%. But okay, real quick, I just want to go over the rest of their schedule real quick. Purdue at home, Illinois on the road. Those are 2 wins. This is their big test. Penn State on the road, October 22nd, whiteout game. That's their big test. If they win that, they might be. Oh my God! If they win that game ever, they're gonna be 12-0. Oh,
so
that's a
this
great
is what
win
I've
for
heard,
Ohio State. Oh my God!
This is what I've heard, by the way.
I'm rooting for a Minnesota 12-0.
The Gophers also are currently playing themselves into playoff contention.
They control their own destiny at this point.
That's what I've heard.
If they win out, they're in.
So, and it's not impossible. I'm not saying that they're going to beat Ohio
Penn State's
State.
the only no. Okay, but I'm saying there's a chance that some, God forbid. I'm not even gonna say it. Okay, yeah, you're right. They're not gonna beat Ohio State.
JSN's gonna be back, by the way.
Okay, we're about to transition to that in a second. I have other thoughts. Okay, okay, Purdue dub, Illinois dub, Penn State, I don't know. But after Penn State, if they lose that Penn State game, the rest of their season might derail because their whole team might just say, fuck the season. I don't know. But okay, after Penn State, Rutgers at home, Nebraska away, 2 wins, Northwestern at home, another win. End of the season, thought these would be tough games start of the year, but they aren't really. Iowa at home and then Wisconsin on the road, which I think Minnesota will be favored in both of those games. So
it's the battle for the axe too, by the way.
I know, yeah, Wisconsin, I'll be honest, I'm not like that tapped into Minnesota football, but yeah, Minnesota and Wisconsin, that's a rival. That's a big rival.
It's Paul Bunyan's axe.
Oh, I know. Okay, I know that. I'm stupid as fuck, actually. I actually did. Okay, but okay, I just think Minnesota, shit, damn, clip that. 12-0 Minnesota. I'm gonna come out and say it. 12-0 Minnesota.
Playoff contender.
I'd much rather it be 12-0 Minnesota than Penn State undefeated going up against Ohio State.
Yeah, no, that's a little scary. Penn State, when Penn State's on the move, when Penn State's on a roll,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's a scary environment, man.
Out. They rolled over Auburn. I know Auburn's not great, but still, hey, you got to keep your eye on that. Okay, let's get into Ohio State because you just brought up Jack Smith and Jigba. So last week, Ohio State thrashed Wisconsin. I was very, very, very confident. I'll be honest. After the game, I think I grossly overreact. Actually, no, I think Ohio State's the best team in the country. I actually truly do believe it. I think if Ohio State played Georgia or Alabama on a neutral site, like literally dead center in between, like both schools, like literally dead.
Hawaii.
Like these games are being played in like Iowa and shit. Like that'd be like mid like Iowa and like Kansas. Those are where the games are being played. If games are being played there, I truly think Ohio State right now would beat those teams.
I agree.
Actually, I might be. I think I'm. Yeah, am I overreacting? Okay, at the end of the day, it comes down to can Ohio State's D-line and O-line keep up? Like, if they can, then I think Ohio State will easily win because their offensive skill positions and output is so much better. But that gap between the Bama, Georgia D-line, O-line, and Ohio State's for the past couple of years has been so big. And
isn't Ohio State's O-line pretty trash this year?
So tackles, they have the best tackle duo in the country. I knew going into the season the center was going to be pretty good. I knew I had confidence in our right guard, Matt Jones, but I just had big questions around Donovan Jackson. He didn't look great against Notre Dame. But last week, I'm always staring at the O-line. That entire Ohio State O-line was manhandling Wisconsin. I think there was a stat in the third quarter. Ohio State had like 100 rushing yards before contact. And I have not heard a stat like that from an Ohio State running game against a team like Wisconsin, who historically shuts down the run. They're running the football. It's very power running. And to see that, like, that shocked me.
Did J.K. Dobbins not do that?
When they play Wisconsin, I'll be honest, when they played Wisconsin, like, those were some tough games in 2019.
It was J.K. Dobbins, Jonathan Taylor game, right?
Yeah, and so they played twice that year. In the first game, Ohio State, I think they ended up winning the game like 31-0, but it was like 7-0 at halftime. Like, it was a fucking battle. But in that second game, Wisconsin was up 21-7 at halftime, and Ohio State came back and won. But like that, I can never forget those games in 20. Like, that will always be in my mind. Like, I respect the shit out of Wisconsin's O-line, their front seven on defense. Like, that's an impressive win for Ohio State to manhandle their O-line and D-line front seven like that. So that's what I want to say. Okay, That's all I really had, though. Ohio State's playing Rutgers next week, so I'm not giving any analysis into that. I mean, they're 41-point favorites against Rutgers next week, Everett.
41. Well, Rutgers isn't great.
I know, but 41 points against a conference opponent is crazy. That's hilarious. But anyway, okay. You were talking about Jackson Smith and Jibba coming back soon. Okay. So it creeped in the back of my mind the other day that this might be a Jackson Smith and Jigba Nick Bosa situation, where Nick Bosa, I forget the exact injury he had, but I don't think it was a crazy injury. He could have came back from it, but Nick Bosa and like his family decided, and I don't blame him. I would do the same thing. If Nick Bosa, like, he got hurt in the third game of the year against TCU, and they just shut down his season, prepare for the NFL draft. You can't blame him. Look at him now for the 49ers. If anything, if you're an Ohio State fan, like, Ohio State wasn't going to win the Natty in 2016 anyway. If anything, it's a good thing overall that Nick Bosa left, went number 2, and is dominating the NFL, and you could use that in recruiting. So if anything, it's a positive. But, okay, I think this might be somewhat of a similar situation, or at least I initially thought that. So JSN has an ankle sprain, I'm pretty sure.
High ankle
sprain. No. He has a hamstring. He has a hamstring injury. He tried coming back, not last week against Wisconsin, 2 weeks ago against Toledo, but I think it like strained up again or something. I don't really know. And he took himself out. But like I was saying, start of the year, like rest JSN, keep him out the whole year. Don't rush him back for Tulsa. I mean, come on. We don't need him for Tulsa, guys. What are we doing? Let him sit. And look, now this might be really bad because he came back and rushed it. But Jackson Smith came out on Twitter and said, like, Buckeye Nation, it pains me to not be playing. I'm going to try to get back out there as soon as possible. I'm pretty sure Ryan Day in a press conference said, like, we don't have a timetable for his return, but we are expecting him to come back this year. So I do think Jackson Smith and Jigba will come back this year, 100%. I do think he will at some point. I hope it is later than sooner. Obviously, I'd love him to be back for the Penn State week, but if he isn't back, I still think Ohio State should beat Penn State by double digits. JSN or not, that offense is fucking nasty with JSN or not. Like, from what I've seen from Marvin and Emeka.
Marvin Harrison's gross.
Marvin's Emeka has blown me away. Like, Emeka, oh my, they're so physical too. Whatever. We're not talking about that right now. But JSN, this is my fear, Everett. I fear he comes back and he gets rushed back in and he aggravates the hamstring again. And if I was Jackson Smith and Jigba, if I was like a close friend to him, and if he re-aggravated his hamstring for a third time, dog, out for the year. We're on to the NFL. And like, as an Ohio State fan, yes, I really want him to play this year. Like, if Jackson Smith and Jigba was playing right now, I could not imagine what the Ohio State offense would look like. Okay. But at the end of the day, I just want to see my babies blossom and be stars. Like, nothing makes me happier than seeing that Chris Olave is 7th in the NFL in receiving right now. Like, nothing makes me happier than seeing that. And so at the end of the day, if Jackson has played his last snaps for Ohio State, that is okay with me. He is still a star in my heart, and I love him, and I wish him, I hope he becomes the greatest receiver in the NFL one day. Like, literally, I truly wish on all of my Ohio State players. And I have a feel like if I was a close friend of Jackson, I'd tell him, like, yo, man, like, you can go top 5 maybe in the draft, top 10. Maybe after the injury, won't go top 5, but you're gonna be a star, dude. Don't risk it.
Speaking, I don't know if that can wrap your Ohio State segment, but
that's
I gotta
it.
switch.
That's all I got. We're done with college football.
Speaking of draft picks for next year, we'll switch from the NFL here.
Oh, actually, no, we're not done with college football. I'm sorry. I got one last thing.
Perfect transition.
Okay, say your transition, then we're going back to college.
No, you can't. We can't go back. It's screwed. You gotta go now.
Okay.
That's
one quick little thing I want to say. Michigan, they obviously struggled last week against Maryland. Bit of a tougher game, but okay, this is what I want to say. Michigan right now, they got Iowa next week. Other than that game, they got the Penn State game, and they don't really have much challenges until Ohio State. And they got Penn State at home too, which I think is a big advantage for Michigan. This is what I want to say. Preseason, I didn't want to believe Michigan was going to be good. I thought they were going to take a massive step back, losing all their guys on defense. I thought Cade McNamara would be the starter right now. And yeah, JJ might have not looked great last week, but that was essentially his first college start. And he's only going to get better as the season progresses. And so, like from what I've seen from Michigan, like recently, JJ McCarthy, the thing that he gives the Michigan offense that Cade McNamara doesn't give, when Michigan gets behind schedule, okay, they get stopped on first down on their run. They're behind schedule, and it's a 3rd and 7, 3rd, 8, 3rd, 9. JJ McCarthy can convert those downs and extend drives, and Cade couldn't. And so, like with that being said, like I think JJ McCarthy at the end of the year, like might be the second best quarterback in the Big Ten at the end of the season when we're looking at him.
Behind Tanner Morgan?
Yes, behind Tanner Morgan. And so, yeah, I think Michigan's going to be 11-0 going into the game against Ohio State this year. With Penn State being at home, Iowa was the other test on their schedule, but Iowa doesn't really look like a tough Iowa team this year. Yeah, Michigan at 11-0 going into the Ohio State game. Book it. It's going to be a 3 versus 4 seed matchup in Columbus at the end of the year.
All right. Speaking of Michigan, Michigan had a top 5 pick in the NFL draft last year. And speaking of the NFL draft, got to transition back to make it all work now.
There you go, Everett. There you go.
The 2023 NFL draft order currently, as expected, goes in this order: Vegas, Houston, Seattle, Atlanta, Chargers, Arizona, Eagles, Dolphins, Carolina, Titans. For anybody that's not keeping track, the Eagles and the Dolphins are the only 2 undefeated teams in the NFL right now. They are both 3-0, and they both currently have a top 10 pick in the NFL draft next year. It's the start of a dynasty. If that continues to hold, then I think that they both could be potential dynasty teams depending on who they pick there.
So this is another thing I wanted to point out. I think Ohio State has a really good offensive tackle this year in Paris Johnson. He was a 5-star recruit, really highly touted coming out of high school. And I saw a couple of like mock draft boards having him going anywhere from like 3 to like 8. So like a pretty wide range. Like it's not like he's a locked top 5 pick. Like he can kind of go anywhere in that like top 10 area. And so this is what I'm thinking. And when you just said Chargers 5, I just thought of something. I just thought of something very, very interesting. If my Chargers drafted Paris Johnson and the Chargers O-line had Slater and Paris at tackle, oh my God. I actually want the Chargers to tank now.
Okay, well, so right now,
Chargers to tank.
Right now they have the 5th pick. According to these rankings, they have the 5th overall pick. If they are doing anything in this draft this year, I don't care what pick they have, they are refortifying that offensive line. That is the worst position group on their team by far, and that is the thing that needs to have the most help. The other thing, though, is
Corey Linsley's
if the Eagles and the Dolphins both have top 10 picks, if the Eagles and the Dolphins both have top 10 picks, it's amazing to me what they could potentially do out of that. Like, imagine if one of those offenses got JSN. Imagine if one of those 2 offenses got JSN.
Well, I know it. Like, maybe the Eagles receivers not catching maybe is that stigma gone? Like, if JSN went to the Eagles, like, would I be
pissed? I'm not gonna lie.
I would be pissed. I would be pissed because it's just that system in general. And if he's the third receiver, like, dude, he ain't gonna like become a star. So, and also the Eagles would not take JSN.
No, they wouldn't. They probably would take some people on defense, maybe a different running back, depending. Actually, no. Who's gonna draft a running back?
No early running backs. None of that. But yeah,
unless it's Adrian Peterson's second coming.
I'll be honest, it's way too early for me to like really think about mock drafts. But like Paris Johnson is a guy I'm keeping my eye on, the tackle from Ohio State. I if he went to the Chargers, that'd be lovely. But okay, we're in NFL now. Real quick. Actually, no. We're gonna recap our picks later.
I got a couple things real quick though. First. So last week I ended the episode with a quick little shout out to Chase Daniels. I have a couple quarterbacks right now that are all 3-0 in their career. And I'm gonna read off the quarterbacks that they beat and get your reactions from that.
So this is who Chase Daniel beat.
No, this I'm going to tell you the quarterback and read off who they've beaten, similar to what we did with Josh Rosen earlier in the year.
Okay, but which? Okay.
I'm about to tell you. Okay. All right. It is timely, so I'll start with this quarterback. Cooper Rush is 3-0 in his career. These are the quarterbacks that he's beaten: Kirk Cousins, Joe Burrow, Danny Dimes.
It's an impressive list of quarterbacks. I would assume he played Kirk in a primetime game.
First career win versus Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, it adds up. That game was definitely on a Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night, 100% in primetime. If it was in the Sunday morning slate, Kirk probably would have, I don't know, thrown.
I believe it was a Monday night.
Most likely. Yeah, Kirk's like what, 1 in 10 Monday night? Yeah.
Not great.
That one's interesting. Second one,
just a little
Burrow. I mean, 2 of these games happened this year, so very timely. The Bengals, I mean, I thought they sucked. Season's back on track after that win. If you go 0-3, season's done. Look at the Raiders. But after that win, if Bengals win another, it's 2-2. Win another, it's 3-2. You know, so I don't know. We're gonna see what's going on there.
In an inverse to Josh Rosen, by the way, CJ Beathard is 3-0 in his career. Same stat line as Josh Rosen. 3. He's got 3 wins. CJ Beathard, 3 wins in his career. The quarterbacks he's beaten: Eli Manning, Kyler Murray, Josh Allen. Josh Allen.
When did the Josh Allen get?
2021. Beat Josh Allen in 2021.
Was he on the CJ Niners, Colts? Wait, what team was he on last
Niners.
Year? Niners?
2021. Beat Josh Allen.
Wait, real quick. When was there a scenario where Jimmy G was out and they'd go with Beathard over Lance last year?
It was in 2021. I don't know. This is what it says.
Wow, I guess Lance must really be asked. Jesus. But wow.
Maybe CJ Beathard was on the Steelers. I think he might have been on the Steelers or something like that. Maybe that's why.
I don't know.
I don't know if he's. I don't know what team he's on right now, but he's beaten Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, and Eli Manning. A crappy Eli Manning, but Eli Manning nonetheless.
Still counts. A win is a win in the National Football League.
And the final quarterback that I have. This is the man we've all been waiting for. The legend. Myth. Johnny Manziel has 3 career wins in the NFL.
Okay.
The quarterbacks he's beaten: Marcus Mariota.
All right.
Colin Kaepernick.
Okay.
Drew Brees.
And this is Cleveland Browns. Manziel. Was Terrell Pryor his wide receiver 1? Or was it Josh Gordon?
Josh Gordon.
Oh, that is. Did he have what's his name? Hugh?
Hugh?
Who's the coach? Who
Pettine?
Hugh Smith?
Oh, Hugh Jackson?
Hugh Jackson, who started like 0-32.
No, I think it was Pettine.
Still, I mean, Money Manziel. That's my guy right there.
Beat Drew Brees. That's one of that can go on your resume right there.
Yeah, I mean, like after A&M lost to App State, he tweeted out like, "Do I have any college eligibility left remaining?" Like, what the? But no, I'll be honest. Like Johnny Manziel, like I'll never forget that Alabama game. Never forget. Okay, I actually I got a quick little thing for you, Everett. I got to start one, bench one, cut one. I got one set of these, or I got two sets of these questions. Okay. This is the first one. Start one, bench one, cut one. Tua, Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence.
Cut Mac Jones, bench Tua, start Trevor Lawrence. My reasoning on that, by the way,
Mac Jones. But let's hear your reasoning.
Mac Jones.
I guess that might have not been as contentious as I thought. I mean, we'll see what TikTok.
Out of all three of those, Mac Jones.
After seeing the picture of him crying like in the tunnel, I can never look.
He's a bitch. Mac Jones.
I can never look at him the same. I can never look at him the same. Ever.
He. Out of the three of those, he is the worst NFL quarterback on that list. He cannot make reads. His passes are not bad.
I wouldn't say that's the reason he sucks. I just think he has nothing. He doesn't have anything that puts him over the top.
No, he
doesn't have amazing.
He's the definition.
I think he does hit all his under routes. It's good for the Patriots.
He's the definition of mid. Mac Jones is
he's a game manager.
The average quarterback. He's like Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was about to say that, but you said it for me.
It's Kirk Cousins.
You know what? At least you're a self-aware fan. I appreciate you for not being. I appreciate that you took a step back from your Kirk Cousins fandom after that game against the Eagles. I at least respect you for that. I respect you for that.
Tua has been playing a lot better this year, but I still am not ready to take him over Trevor Lawrence just on the basis that
Trevor Lawrence did last week against the Chargers with Christian Kirk and Zay Jones.
Also, by the way, just interesting stat line. Between Trevor Lawrence and Peyton Manning. Trevor Lawrence was considered like the next Peyton Manning coming out of college, coming out of high school. Like everybody was like, it's Peyton Manning 2.0.
Oh, yeah.
First 9 road games, both Peyton Manning, Trevor Lawrence go 0-9. On their 10th road game, both of them win. Both of them win against the Chargers, and both of those road games happen in week 3. So I think that the superstition of Trevor Lawrence being the next Peyton Manning quite literally is true. Like there cannot be like history is literally repeating itself.
Literally, the more things change, the more they stay the same. And yeah, like Trevor Lawrence, I'll be honest, like I crapped on him in the Clemson video earlier, but this was my point. In my opinion, when Ohio State played Clemson in 2019, and I saw Josh Proctor lay out Trevor Lawrence, and I saw him mouth, "Oh my God," on the ground with his eyes closed. Trevor Lawrence had never been in a football game that physical in his life. And when I saw him mouth, "Oh my God," and then the next drive he got the ball, he is snapping ankles and busted off a 60-yard run against Ohio State. That showed me he has
that was his Joe Burrow moment.
He has like that it
but
factor.
Also by the way,
it.
Trevor Lawrence
he's just a winner. Like
Trevor Lawrence
wins games.
Last week was making some Peyton Manning throws. Like those were definition Peyton Manning throws.
I saw Zay Jones. He had I think it was 11 targets, 10 catches. And Zay Jones should never have that stat line ever.
He was making Zay Jones look like Marvin Harrison out there.
Like Trevor Lawrence is it. And like, I just want to say, like, that man came into the worst situation in the history of the NFL.
So did Peyton Manning. Entirely crap.
Horrible situation. History is repeating itself. And like, God, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the AFC South looks
Is Doug Peterson
right now.
Doug Peterson?
They might run the AFC South for a couple of years.
Is Doug Peterson Trevor Lawrence's Tony Dungy?
I just think Doug Peterson's. I think he's a very good offensive mind, and Doug he can Peterson, maximize by the way, also, what he's getting. Doug Peterson
maximized Carson Wentz and
he
Nick
kind of
Foles
does the
to
best
winning a Super Bowl
right away. Once he shows up,
Also, by the way,
the
and
longer he's there, the worse
we'll
it
get
gets.
into this because I know you have another start bench cut for me. Jaguars play the Eagles this weekend. It is a revenge game for Doug Peterson in Philadelphia. He did not want Jalen Hurts. He actually really did not want him. So now he's going out there to prove to everybody that Jalen Hurts is not that guy.
So this was my first opinion. I think we'll get into our picks later, but I will not pick against the Eagles until they show me that they should be picked against this season. So I do think the Eagles will win the game, but Vegas has us at a 6.5 point line, and I think I would.
Let's get this next. Let's get this next start bench cut, and we'll run through our games.
Yeah. Okay. Start bench cut. Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz, Ryan Tannehill.
Oh my God, Marcus Mariota.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
It is a good one. All three of them suck.
Oh, all horrible.
All three of them are horrible.
Oh, so bad.
Start Marcus Mariota, bench Ryan Tannehill, cut Carson Wentz.
Okay, we have like polar opposites here. We got polar opposite picks, and I love this. Okay, why do you think that?
Did you see Carson Wentz play last week?
Yes, I did. But it was against the Eagles.
I don't care. We're asking a standard question. I mean, Marcus Mariota has played, I guess he played against the Seahawks, but he also played against the Rams. Almost came back and won against the Rams. Who did he play last week?
Okay. When we're talking about comeback.
It was a one-score game. They were coming back.
Marcus Mariota on 2 Hail Mary plays, he went 0 for 0 passing against the Rams. He didn't even attempt to pass on the Hail Mary play. He got sacked on both plays.
He also played the Saints. And they should have won that game. The Saints should have lost. Either way, from what I've seen so far this year, with Marcus Mariota's mobility, I know Carson Wentz has mobility too, but Marcus Mariota is less apt to throw into a terrible double triple team than Carson Wentz. So the liability issues there. The liability issues there, I am just more content with. Plus, Carson Wentz has durability issues, and he breaks down after about week 5.
Well, I'm not thinking about that. I'm just like, you get them at 100%. Start, bench, cut. You got them.
But he breaks down after about week 5. The other thing is
that didn't factor into my decision making, but okay.
Yeah, Ryan Tannehill, good quarterback. Obviously, he's good, but also like Mac Jones, definition of mid.
He's a game manager.
Definition of
he doesn't win you games. He doesn't lose you games.
But that is also false. That is also false.
He does lose you games.
He does lose you games.
Yeah, so he doesn't even do the job that he's supposed to do.
I think that out of all of that, maybe even switch Ryan Tannehill.
Okay, let me give my take now because let me go. Start Carson Wentz, bench Marcus Mariota, cut Ryan Tannehill. And this is the only reason why I say start Carson Wentz over Marcus Mariota. Although Carson Wentz has the highest potential to lose you a football game, maybe arguably on the first snap, he also has the highest potential to win you a football game out of the 3 quarterbacks I just listed. Okay. If out of all 3 of those quarterbacks, I can't believe I'm saying this, but if I asked all 3 of those quarterbacks to leave me down on a last minute drive, I think the randomness and magic of Carson Wentz, I think I'd roll the dice.
You're not wrong about that. You're not wrong about that. Oh my God.
No, that's the reason why I think it. Okay. It depends on team situation, but I'm assuming like I need my quarterback to win me games. Like, let's say I'm the Jets or like a really bad team. Like I need my quarterback to take me over the top.
Yeah.
I think Carson Wentz has the highest potential to get you the most wins. Now he also has the highest potential to get you the lowest amount of wins in the same time. But I thought it was going to be a pretty easy cut Tannehill just because at least Mariota has like legs and can pick up first downs that way. And like Wentz, I already spoke about. it's the random factor shit. It's boom or bust. Okay, but I'll
Zach
take the
Wilson
boom
out there. Zach Wilson out there.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you realize this while you were talking, but for all those who are listening to the podcast and not watching this, because you have just seen what happened, I took a nice little swig from my water bottle, went down the wrong pipe, spat out all my water all over myself, all over the ground. That's why I was coughing and laughing simultaneously.
I think that was a little bit provoked by me saying Carson Wentz start. That's definitely that was the start of that whole scenario.
That'll be a great reaction clip for TikTok.
Oh yeah, actually, now that I think about it,
that might
was fucking perfect. Great, Everett. I honestly thought you were kind of amping it up.
That was all unintentional. That was all unintentional. I actually was choking.
Okay, that is a good ass clip. Actually, fuck. I told you the start bench cuts. I told you I had a good one. I told you I had a good one.
Yeah, it was good.
The other ones I scrapped though, they weren't good. Okay. This is my last take before we get into our picks. If Tyreek Hill played soccer, he would be the fastest soccer player on the planet.
Whoa. That was my take. And let me explain to all of you why. All you listeners at home, or if you're on an airplane. I hope you're on an airplane listening to us.
What are you doing, dude? I'm about to drop numbers. Hold the fucking phone. This is my take. Stop.
Your take. I gotta pull up the receipts.
Yeah, I brought this up to you. Who brought it up to who?
You asked me who I thought was gonna be would be the best soccer player if they played soccer from when they were a child.
That is true. And then
you said that
I was in another group chat talking about it, and then I brought to you Tyreek Hill. I think.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
Would he be the fastest player? Jesus, Everett. Yeah, I mean, fuck the whole clip. God damn, it's fucking done now. I'm starting the whole fucking thing over. Cut the whole last 10 seconds. All right. If Tyreek Hill played soccer, he would be the fastest player in that sport. And yes, it's called soccer. So Mbappe and Adama Traore, I probably pronounced that wrong. I apologize. Mbappe and Adama have the fastest in-game sprint speeds in a soccer match at 23.61 miles per hour. So 23.61. Tyreek Hill has the fastest in-game sprint speed in an NFL game at 23.24 miles per hour. Keep in mind, he's in full pads while running as well. Now, it doesn't stop there, but I just want to come out and say, if Tyreek Hill went against Mbappe or Adama in a sprint right now without pads, he would dust both of them. But this is what I'm saying. If Tyreek Hill, okay, keep in mind, Mbappe and Tyreek are both 5'10", so there's no height difference. But Tyreek Hill is listed at 191 pounds. Mbappe is listed at 161 pounds. So if Tyreek cut that extra 30 pounds that he needs to get through a 17-game football season, and he had a soccer like track style of body, he would be dusting every single soccer player in the world right now. Okay. Literally everyone.
So am I interrupting your clip, or are you still
that was it. But like,
all right.
I'll be honest. I thought
I just
Tyreek wouldn't be the fastest first, and I looked into it. I'm like,
I just want to bring up our receipts real quick when you texted me this. After you texted me that, and you were like, well, he would get dusted by Mbappe because of body size. I did text you verbatim. Tyreek ran track at an Olympic level, right?
Oh my God. Okay. I was aware of that. That's not the reason I changed my. I Googled these numbers of his.
But as a general statement,
I can see why you were misled there. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you saying Tyreek Hill ran at Olympic track, that was not the reason that I flipped.
But he did run basically at his current body type, maybe a little bit less. So
no. I was aware he ran at Olympic track speed, but that wasn't enough of a reason for me.
What I'm trying to insinuate.
I thought the weight would be a bigger difference.
His track body is his current body type. Like that's how he's always ran track. So I just think that's impressive.
I think he has a little extra weight on him right now.
Maybe a little bit more now, but
he would not need to
No, yeah, probably a little bit more now, but I think that
I guarantee Tyreek Hill could cut some weight to become faster. I guarantee.
Okay. One last thing before our games.
That was my last take, though.
One last thing before our games, and we'll wrap up the episode with that. It is Kirktoberfest. Kirk Cousins in the month of October. Absolute blasphemous numbers. It is absurd how good Kirk Cousins is in October. He is lights out.
Also, keep in mind the Vikings have 0 primetime games for this month, correct?
Well, unless you count the 9 a.m. game in London. But
no. I'm not counting that. But that is
it should be 0. Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, 0 primetime.
And the Vikings. Games. Kirk Cousins and the Vikings since 2018 are 10-5 in the month of October. Since 2018, these are Kirk Cousins' monthly stats per the month of October. 2018, 72.4 completion percentage, 1,134 yards, 6 tubs, 2 interceptions, a QB rating of 101.2. 2019 is 78.4%, 1,262 yards, 10 tubs, 1 interception. 2020, 69.1%, 852. 6 tubs.
Oh, wow, you're really going through the whole fucking list. Wow, this could be a 2-minute clip. All right.
Completion percentage 2021 65.2%. Yards 1,035.
All right, we get it. We get it.
But all right, this is what I'll actually put in the TikTok. His ratings for the month of October since 2018. Complete 71 point. Oh my, let me restart that. Oh my God. Kirk Cousins ratings for the month of October since 2018, 71% completion percentage, 285.5 yards per game, 1.9 tubs per game, and 0.6. Thanks. Kirk Cousins is on another fucking level in October.
I agree.
He is the best quarterback in the NFL in October. Could have
got some more concise stats for that one, though.
Yeah, I did fumble the bag a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Just a little bit.
Okay, let's get on to the picks. Last week in the NFL, Everett and I, we both went 7-9 on our predictions, even though we didn't have the same predictions. Very weird. That puts me to 23-25 on the season. Everett,
I am 21-27. If you ever wanted to know what average is, it is me trying to guess game wins per each week. I am 7-9 every single week of this season so far.
Slightly below average, you mean?
Yeah.
I'm also below average. I'm 23-25. I'm 1 game off. But okay, let's get into these picks. Everett, Thursday night football, Dolphins at Bengals. Who do you got?
Bengals.
London game, early morning Sunday, Vikings at Saints.
Could have been. Also should have been. I would have been able to go to that game. Not happy about that one.
That sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that one.
Yeah.
I would have been going the last time you've been to a Vikings game? 2 years ago. 2 years ago. I'm gonna try and go to one this year though.
That's not bad though. But okay. Obviously you're picking the Vikings. Now Sunday morning, Chargers at Texans.
Chargers.
Bears at Giants.
Giants.
Seahawks at Lions.
Lions.
Jags at Eagles.
Jaguars.
Jets at Jags. Jaguar
trap game. I told you it's revenge game. We all know revenge games. Take the revenge team.
But could you not arguably say there's more revenge in favor of Jalen Hurts for Doug Peterson saying you suck and the Eagles are 3-0?
Jalen Hurts cost Doug Peterson his job.
Jalen Hurts. Did he bench Jalen Hurts that last game, or did he put Jalen Hurts in that last game?
He played Nate Sudfeld
over Jalen Hurts.
Okay. And then Jalen Hurts is proven. I mean, Jalen Hurts is proven.
No, exactly. More passion on Jalen Hurts' side than Doug Peterson.
But Doug Peterson is now going to show everybody why Jalen Hurts is
yes, it's a revenge game, but I think your logic on why Doug Peterson has a bigger revenge game is false. Okay, Jets at Steelers. Browns at Falcons.
Zach Wilson first game, by the way.
He is starting this week.
He should be back this week. Could be wrong,
I
but
am changing that pick to the Steelers. Browns at Falcons.
Browns.
Titans at Colts.
Titans.
Commanders at Cowboys.
Commies.
Bills at Ravens.
Interesting game. Lamar Jackson.
I think so too.
Lamar Jackson has put up essentially the number one MVP.
He leads the league in passing touchdowns now.
He leads the league in passing touchdowns, rushing. He has the number one MVP season so far this year.
Oh, he's putting up numbies.
With that said,
it's a shame they had to go up against the Tua Dolphins week 2.
Yeah. With that said, give me the Bills.
Okay. Also, horrendous that Bills Ravens is in the morning. Like, what are we doing?
Ken Dorsey's going to be on a different level this week.
It's just that game's so good. Like, we really want Cardinals Panthers over Bills Ravens? Like, what are we doing? Okay. Sunday afternoon slate, Cardinals at Panthers. This is my what the fuck game of the week. I couldn't tell you who's winning this shit. Everett, though. Who do you think's gonna win?
Cardinals. The beta is over. Kyler Murray is now having to watch this film. He's got it under control.
Kyler was 1-1 in beta weeks, though. Like I think that.
To be fair, he was 1-1
because the public.
He was 1-1, except he did not play at home the first beta weekend, so he did not have access to the beta because he was traveling.
Yeah, we also did go over this. Yeah, you are right.
I told you. And we were right about our prediction.
He definitely had an Xbox on the road for the. Yeah, he did.
But he only had access to it in the hotel. He didn't have the whole time that he would normally have to play it at home and like leading up into, the game.
Okay,
and
sure. Okay. All right. Broncos at Raiders. This is gonna be an interesting game. I actually think this game very interesting.
Give me the Raiders' first win of the season.
Patriots at Packers. No Mac Jones.
Brian Hoyer season. No. Packers.
I was about to say, thank you for the free win. Chiefs at Bucks. Sunday Night Football.
Super Bowl revenge game. After last week, after they fired the Jumbotron manager in Buck Stadium, Buccaneers take this one.
That's really good analysis, actually. Like, clip that. Okay, and then Monday night, Rams at 49ers.
49ers. Nah, give me the Rams.
Okay. All right. These are my picks. We got some different ones. I got Dolphins, Vikings, Chargers, Giants, Lions, Eagles, Steelers, Browns, Colts, Cowboys, Bills, Cardinals, Raiders, Packers. I'm not going to change my pick, but if the wide receivers play, I was picking the Bucks. If they don't play, I would have picked the Chiefs, but I'm just going to pick the Bucks because I'm assuming the wide receivers are going to play. I don't know. I'm not going to change.
Mike Evans would have probably won them the game last week.
I'm going with the Bucks, and then Monday night, I'm going with the Niners.
This week has the biggest difference in picks between us, so it will be a make or break.
One thing that I thought was interesting about the Niners is that they're going from Sunday night to Monday night football, back-to-back primetime games. They lost the last one against Broncos country. I think it's about to light a fire.
They're down Trent Williams.
I'm aware, but I'm not so concerned about the edge being lost for the Niners because Aaron Donald is not against the edge, and I couldn't even name the edge. Yeah, not concerned there. Whoever the guard and tackle going up against Don, I think Donald's playing 5-tech. It should be the right tackle. Whoever the right tackle is, that man I'm concerned about. Other than that, I don't know who's getting a pass rush for the Rams. But I just think the Rams O-line has been very suspect. And I think Nick Bosa is about to get after it. Yeah, those are my picks, though. Everett, what else you got?
That's it. Let's see how the games go this weekend.
Yeah, I'm pumped this week. College football and everything. Like my team, Ohio State, we don't have anything crazy, but in general, I'm super excited for college football.
Conference play for us.
I think these NFL games are electric this week. I'm really, really excited how Bills Ravens goes. I'm very interested in Cardinals, Panthers, and Broncos Raiders too. I think the Raiders might be done after this week. You know, like
that's why I have them. Honestly, that's why I have them winning.
Saints. No. I just there's no way they're starting 0. Like when they play against the Chargers, they weren't that like they were pretty. Like I didn't think they were that bad of a team. So like
I'm not lying. If they start 0-4, Davante Adams' tenure on the Raiders might be the same as Randy Moss.
Yeah, he might not be there long.
He might be traded,
and I don't think he'd go back to the Packers. Like
he might be going to the Bucs, dude. Tom Brady gets another top receiver from the Raiders.
That shit. Davante to the Bucs, bro. If that happens, okay. If Tom Brady divorces Giselle and then the next day it's Davante Adams has been traded to the Bucs, oh, end the league, bro. Tom's about to destroy. Oh my God. Well, if Tom divorced Giselle, I truly think he would go like Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator mode and destroy the NFL. Like literally destroy the league. Alex Guerrero would pump him the fuck up with HGH. I know he will. Like Tom Brady is more athletic now than when he was coming out of Michigan. Steroids, huh? Okay. I think that's going to do it, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Rate us 5 stars. Like the video. Like and subscribe. Favorite the video. Share it with your friends. And when you go on planes, fucking download it and listen to us.
But not on boats.
No. That's not safe. Everett knows way more about boat safety than me. We do not listen to things while on boats. It is pure silence. It is you and the ocean body. Is there a term for water? Like I know you call ships like her and stuff. You refer them as females, but do they call like water like? I don't know, on the broad sea. Oh, fucking.
I'm sure there's some.
We're ending the thing. Okay, wrap the thing up. Say.
All right, with that, Water Boys out.